Hey guys, what's good? Welcome to Order of Opinion. I'm your host Tim. This is my co-host Anthony.
What's good, guys?
And today, the final movie in the Harry cinematic universe. Thank God.
Yeah.
So we'll be breaking that down today. But if
it's not just the final; it's the best.
The best too, the greatest.
It's both of our greatest.
But somehow still sort of shitty. So Harry Potter, you done me dirty.
I think we figured that out.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. This was ridiculous. But, so we have gone over all of the 7 other Harry Potter movies, including Fantastic Beasts, and that'll be episodes 15 through, 22 now?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so you can find those on iTunes. Subscribe.
Sub. Leave a fucking review.
Yeah.
Or just some stars.
Yeah.
I want to feel like a
stars
kid.
Or reviews.
I want to feel like a kid in kindergarten. Give me some fucking stars.
You can also find it on Stitcher and SoundCloud. I don't even think I said that correctly.
Who cares?
Stitcher, SoundCloud,
Stitcher.
but iTunes.
Stitcher.
You could find on our Twitter the release schedule of this and the next. We're going to be putting all our release schedules on Twitter, so
yeah. And if you
follow
listen,
us there at Order of Opinion. We'll also tweet some bullshit, and we also tweet the links to our episodes, so you can find them there. And when we put them out on Twitter, like sort of like the day after it's out. Or maybe a few hours after it's out. So it's on there if you want to look. Or on Facebook.
That's
you can
right.
like us there. Whatever.
And we've also done the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which you can find on there as well, including Dr. Cocter.
It's our first episodes. We dropped them all at once, stupidly, I think. But that's the thing. We want this to be like an audiobook, guys. So you don't have to, just because you may not have listened to it, right when it came out or the week of, that's fine. We want you to listen to it in a row.
Please.
We want you to listen from 15 to 23 this episode, the whole way through, so you get all of the Harry Potter movies.
Just fucking listen, goddamn.
And we're going off the host list.
That's right, we're going off my list, and we'll be using a 10-point scale. Good enough for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Good enough for cheating-ass Russia. Good enough.
And I'll give my scores, too, as if they're relevant. But if you could keep up and pay attention, write them down. Do it a Christmas Story style and just fucking write it down as you hear it.
Yeah. Try to. And we will go over the list at the end of this episode as we have at the end of every episode, which we fucked up in on Marvel, so sorry if that shit gets confusing.
Yeah.
Just go in order of when we release them. We release them in order, too. We're not trying to confuse you that much. But yeah.
If you guys have any suggestions, too, you guys can email us suggestions on the show. We were thinking, I don't know, maybe next time or after the next few, we do it as a combined score. Maybe, though. I like the way we're doing it.
Yeah. Maybe
if you're fucking confused, let us know.
Maybe we just like it because it each gives us time to make jokes at the end. We're like, oh, it's my turn.
All right, so we got through that quick. No advertisements.
No advertisements. So, the final Harry Potter movie, number 1 in the ranking, the greatest. And that is a stretch.
That's a fucking linear term.
Yeah, because when you watch this movie compared to another movie,
compared to a lot of them,
any other fantasy movie,
because a lot of these movies aren't the worst movies, but they are mediocre.
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, this one compared to Lord of the Rings, they're sort of on the same level.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings kind of sucks, too.
Yeah, it does. Especially The Hobbit. Oh, my God. What were they thinking?
2 of those were fucking terrible. All of those were terrible.
All of those were terrible. Except for the fucking wizard that liked smoking weed and doing shrooms with his animals.
He just let his animals just shit all over his face like a fucking weirdo.
That's because he was so fucking
And it was
high.
that weird-ass dwarf elf fucking porno relationship also. That was hella weird.
Right?
In those movies, so. But yeah, fuck Lord of the Rings. But yeah, your number 1, my number 1, Harry Pothead movie. Made me wish I was a pothead.
Right? And it makes me think
made these movies more entertaining. But
we
have the Deathly Hallows.
Yes.
Part 2.
Deathly Hallows Part 2. I gave it a 7.8, and I honestly thought that all of the wizards were potheads. Because it seemed like none of them really...
Well, no, they're all alcoholics. That's an automatic.
Well, you can tell they're on something.
Winos.
None of them have a good reaction time to anything unless it comes to dueling. But when it comes to plans,
and
they
that's
just
my thing,
freeze
too.
up.
McGulligle Island, right? she just sort of sat back for years. And if she didn't know what was going on with Dumbledore, could she have not figured out what's going on with Snape? Like, shouldn't she have just been like, dude, like, you're running this place like you're Scar from Lion King. This is goddamn Lion King.
Well, yeah.
Dumbledore is fucking Mufasa, and you're Scar.
And he kills him and he takes over and Nazifies Hogwarts. Like, but I don't know, can she do anything? Because, I mean, honestly, and it's sort
why
of
would why would she keep working there? Isn't she about the kids and shit? Like, wouldn't she realize that they're all just becoming Death Eaters? And she's just like, all right, dude, like, this shit needs to stop, Snape. Like, you're putting on more goddamn eyeshadow as the day goes.
No, true.
Like, you're fucking pissing me off. And
well, what I think, though, is, like, because we sort of talked about why would they still send their kids to Hogwarts, I think it sort of applies to her, too. They don't have a choice. Like, you saw, they found Harry and Hermione in the fucking woods, bro. Like, they're everywhere. They try to teleport to the woods to get away in part one. And
so you're saying she's
Eaters.
trapped there?
Yeah, so are the kids.
By the Meth Eaters and the Dementors.
Yeah. Or not necessarily trapped, but it's like if she tried to go on the run, they're going to fucking find her.
Yeah.
Like, they found everyone they've wanted to find so far.
One thing I did like about this movie is I felt like at least it had a point.
Yeah.
Like, most Harry Potters, the point has to be shown at the end. And, like, this one, at least throughout the whole movie, there was a point.
Yeah, like, there's reveals.
It's still a goddamn quest.
Yeah. And
the whole movie's a quest.
There's reveals that add new points, but I get what you mean. There's direction. Like, direction in the movie so that it doesn't feel like fucking they're just dicking around.
Yeah. Well, they are dicking around.
Well,
that's all wizards do.
And it's the end. It makes you happy that it's over.
Yeah. I don't know if in a good way either.
No. Well,
You just want to find out what's actually going on. Because I told you, and I remember when we first started watching these, like, I didn't watch the last three when I was younger. And I figured out about Snape.
You did.
So it's not that big of a fucking, like, surprise to me, considering the fact that I figured it out right away. But then again, this was written for kids.
Well, they sort of ruin it in this one, too.
And it was also written by a fucking homeless lady. So
a homeless lady. Like, and I wish that, you know, that wasn't the case so that it would make more sense. Because it literally...
Well, it had to make less sense so that the fucking drugs kicked in.
Well, yeah, she was hearing voices and they told her about wizards and shit.
There's a goddamn resurrection stone. An anal bead wand that could fucking have the most power and an invisible cloak. And the cloak. If you're not fucking high on something writing that, I don't know what to tell you. And then to show all that within this fucking high cartoon where you'd have to be fucking ridiculously high to understand and care about. So that's my point about this movie is like, at least it went somewhere and the climax was like a fucking climax. People died.
Had great reveals.
Super fighting. You know, even then the fighting, like they sort of just like glossed over it a little bit. Well, because there could have been more.
Well, it's all from Harry's perspective.
Well, exactly. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, I do like though that they showed in the bigger.
You could have had like a big fight scene. Is all I'm like. You could have shown when they started coming in. Besides the trolls getting killed by the stone pen. Actually, you could have showed that more because that was dope to me.
That would have been sick to have like like in the trenches camera shot of all that shit going.
Yeah,
on.
Yeah. Sort of like what we've seen in hint future fucking promotion Rogue One.
Oh yeah.
Show that shit down in the trenches because that shit is entertaining.
Yeah, because it falls apart when you're just watching a bunch of small things attack a bunch of big things.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, Harry Potter's still got to do this quest.
Right?
So, the thing I also liked about this movie too is there wasn't really many boring parts. Even the dialogue, like the scenes where there's just dialogue, it wasn't that bad. It was solid. It was informational.
Well, what I like though is that, sort of speak on that. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of dialogue, but at the same time, it did a good job at splitting up all these ridiculous action scenes with like plot driving scenes.
Yeah.
That had good dialogue.
Or purposeful dialogue.
Purposeful.
Not necessarily well written, purposeful.
Well, not well written, but man, everybody delivers in these movies like the most ridiculous way.
And Voldemort got more ridiculous.
Oh my god.
He was just more like,
the boy is dead.
Harry Potter is dead.
He sounded
Harry
like
Potter is dead.
Harry Potter is dead.
He sounds like a ghost Santa Claus.
Yeah. He was a fucking asshole in this one.
Dude, super. He was just...
That shit was hilarious. When all the dude did who was scared as fuck of him. And like y'all should go back in the scene where he's like, "My lord, should we wait
And he
for the
just-
attack?" And he's just like, and then the next time all he says is "my lord." And all he says is like, "My lord," and he's like, and he dead, and he kills him.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. He's down to kill everyone. He's literally down to kill children.
How are people following this dude? How do they not see that he doesn't give a fuck about world order? The only thing that I guess that they're standing on is that he only likes pure blood wizards. And even then, he's not he's Hitler.
He is.
He's Hitler.
He's not. He's like partial. He is half blood or
Yeah.
something like that, right?
Yeah.
Or Muggle born or some stupid shit. But what makes sense?
He's Hitler. And why do I say that? He only wanted blondes and fucking blue eyes, right? But the motherfucker isn't blind and blue eyed. And it's the same thing with.
Well, he doesn't have any hair.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about fucking Hitler.
Oh, I thought you were
And that's the thing, too, is like Hitler was great. Hitler was a great military leader. Hitler invented things. He was powerful. It's the same thing with Voldemort. He's a seaman Hitler.
Bro,
He's Hitler seaman.
when you said the blonde and blue eyes, it totally threw me off because my instant thought was, oh, the Malfoy family and that one guy that walk attacked Harry in the fucking ministry.
Malfoy's super strung out.
And this
Lucius
one?
is
Oh my
super
god.
strung out.
Well, Lucius is just like his mom. Like Draco's mom's finally getting it, but Lucius is still just scared as a fucking bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what I said. I gave it a 7.7. It was my number one. I liked it. I thought that the action scenes actually culminated to something, and there was one corny scenes. There were some corny scenes. There was one corny scene. There was especially that scene where like he like looks at like, can they stop with him and Ginny? Can they stop?
Oh yeah.
Because he like, and I know that they can't stop because at the end, you know, they show his life pan out. Of course, he's such a fucking simpleton that he fucking marries his fucking best friend's sister. He's a fucking idiot. Even Harry Potter, when they show him get older,
Yeah.
so, spoiler alert, he gets older. He lives. Okay, he still looks like an idiot.
Well,
And he
all
even
of
tells
them
his
do.
kid idiotic shit. Like, he's like, yeah, it's okay to be a Slytherin and Gryffindor, just not when shit's going down, because they'll lock your ass up.
Well, I
so
like-
remember that.
I like that scene too because all of them look like idiots. Draco looks like a fucking child molester. Ron looks like he walked off the streets.
No, Draco is a child molester.
He is. He like that beard.
He was
is not
older than
working.
that girl that he was fucking married with. And she was bad, too. So
She was bad.
he was
but-
the one who won in that sense.
What is up with his beard, bro? Like it looked like he looked like that Julian Assange or whatever the fucking WikiLeaks guy.
And couldn't you just, like, magic up your beard? Like, if it's patchy and gross, couldn't you just, like, magic it up? But,
I guess
yeah,
not.
like, so I get it. Like, you know, he's such a simpleton, he marries her, right? But in this movie, like, as everything's going down and he's going to go get he has the 8th grade soccer participation fucking cup
And the
for
fake-
Voldemort.
the
And
fake sword.
The fake sword, and now he's got to go get the fucking tiara, right? This is what the movie is about. Like, seriously. He has to look at Ginny and be like, oh, she's like, I know.
I know. No,
It's like, oh my god, like,
Go Harry,
you might as well.
bro. I like too.
It's like, that's such Star Wars fucking soap opera bullshit. Like,
This one was pure Star Wars. This one was pure Star Wars.
but I liked it.
Yeah. Oh no, it was
I-
great.
Some of the shit I sort of like Kingsley, that thing that he
Kingsley.
did where he like stuck the dude in air and then just flew his ass out. Like that
shit
was fucking
cool.
raw.
Or Ron's mom freezing the bitch.
Yeah, with her tit milk.
With her tit, yeah, she shoots tit ice cream at her and it freezes her. No, and like that's what's crazy. It goes to show you too. If you're a creative wizard, you don't need abracadabra to kill somebody.
Yeah.
you can do whatever.
You can
the
do
fuck
some
you
other
want.
shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, the movie starts with the continuation scene of fucking Voldemort raping Dumbledore's
Yeah,
rotting
he's like
body.
licking his dickhead. He's like, "Oh, my friend." I don't get what was their. They never explained their relationship.
He got so in this movie.
He did. He is like, bro. Harry Potter is Scooby Doo too. It's Star Wars and Scooby Doo. Except for there's no reveal. You know who the bad guy is. They just all act like it was acted out on a '70s cartoon.
I think the only reveals here is who's really the dickhead. That should be the question of Harry Potter.
Well, yeah.
Who's really the dickhead?
But after 7 movies, that's a huge reveal.
But that's all the reveal is.
Well, there's another one too with what Harry actually is.
Well, no, Harry's Jesus.
Well, that.
Except for instead of like actually being born with enlightenment, he has to be given a stone.
So is Dumbledore... If
Because he's an idiot.
If he's Jesus, is Dumbledore Morgan Freeman? Because they have the Bruce Almighty scene.
God, that Bruce Almighty scene was terrible.
Voldemort's head's getting gross, too.
So they show Snape with his fucking Scar leadership, right? And the school is all like in shambles or all that bullshit.
And then back to the end of the last one.
Yeah.
Dobby's
a free elf.
And they're at the shell
Fuck
cottage.
that little bastard. I'm so glad he's fucking dead. Luna just came up off her fucking acid hit, and she's like, hey, Harry, I think I'm going to disappear for a while. I got to do some drugs. I don't want you guys seeing what I'm doing.
Right? She's like, man, these shells, bro. Like, do you see what I see, man? Fucking.
And then they have this odd, like, it feels like metaphorical scene because they're in this, like, hella nice house on the beach. Almost feels like they're in paradise, but then, like, they got to figure out this like, shit's about to go down.
Yeah. Well, what's weird, too, is, like, they have to... There's 2 people that they saved. The other 2 people that they saved. Just crazy people.
Yeah, the Goblin.
Goblin and an insane wand.
Yeah,
He's not even a maker.
That's
he
what
just is
happens
a
when you
dude.
work at Payless for 87 years.
He's a dude that...
He's in the fucking Payless wand store.
What does he say? He's like, for those of us who study wand lore...
He's too qualified for his job.
Well, yeah, he doesn't even make the wands, though. He just knows... He's like the dude that works at fucking Foot Locker that has every Jordan and, like, has worn every fucking shoe, but, like, it's like, bro, you work at Foot Locker. You could be a shoe expert, but you're not.
Yeah.
So that's weird. And
yeah,
the
so
Goblin's trying to fucking...
Yeah, the Goblin's like, hey, dude, what's good with that fucking sword?
He's like, let's make a deal.
And Harry's like, yo, I need to get into the bank.
Goblin's like...
He's like, do you want gold, you fucking Jew? That's basically what Harry Potter said to him. Because I feel like they portray goblins as, like, grimy Jews.
Yeah.
As, like, the stereo... I feel like they portray goblins in this movie. You brought up a good point. This is Tim's point, actually. I just wanted to say
Throw
it.
me under
Maybe
the
I'll say
bus.
it better. No, I'm just kidding. Well, no. I'll bring up the point if you listen to it. Especially since you're Jewish. They make goblins look like stereotypical dirty Jews.
They do, and they're greedy, they're mean, they're fucking short, and they have weird noses.
And they handle the bank.
Yeah, it literally looks like the World War II caricatures that they had in, like, the newspapers back in the day. So that's really fucked up to me, too, because I don't know, why in all these This is what pisses me off about fantasy. How come in all these fantasy movies, when you have someone of a different race, right, or of a different thing, they have to be the equivalent of something that exists
Like
in
a
our
cartoon.
world? Yeah, but a cartoon version, like the Gungans.
Because they want to be racist but can't be that racist.
Exactly.
That's why. Yeah, and I completely agree with that. And they're schemers. Goblins are fucking schemers.
Oh, this dude's super schemy. You find that out later. But first they have to explain the Deathly Hallows again.
Oh, God, yeah.
Which is like, come on.
And
I
Harry
get
just
it.
has a hunch that the Horcrux is in the bank.
Well, yeah, he doesn't even, like, get confirmation. He's just sort of like, well, what's in there? He's like, I don't fucking... There's a lot of shit.
And they hint. He's like, dude, why did Lestrange think that she had this sword in her vault? And he's like, of course, like every other Harry Potter thing, the only one that could know that the sword is real are goblins.
Yeah,
Right?
he's like, only a goblin would know. Why? Because y'all are around jewels all the time?
No, why? Because that's how it was written in a fucking book. My point exactly.
They could have made it a lot better. But no, it's and then they ruin the fucking reveal here to me.
Yeah, with Snape.
Yeah. They totally ruin it.
Like, and it also shows how idiotic Harry is. Like, how does he not think, like, okay, Snape gave her a fake sword, bro. Figure it out. Dumbledore's leaving you these, like, quietly queer messages within... Open when you close, just like your butthole when I stuck my rotting hand in.
Hey, Harry, Snape, he's a good guy. He's come on my back many times. I trust him.
And every time he comes in my mouth, I never spit it out. I use that so I can live longer.
He makes a potion that he has to make in his ball sack.
I know, right? Oh, God, it's about to happen. Sorry, guys.
2 for 2.
2 in a row. Yeah, so he farted.
In Snape's mouth, and that's what convinced him to stay. No.
So they tell him that Snape put that there for some reason. And Harry's like, yo, I need to get in that Horcrux so I can get that fucking 8th grade soccer participation cup. Looks like a fucking $2 plastic fucking gold cup.
What I like about this, though, is they transition to that scene really seamlessly. It isn't just a bunch of extra bullshit.
Yeah.
It's really just like,
And he makes the deal. The goblin wants that sword.
Yeah. And then...
I want to know that.
Why does he... Yeah, well, maybe just because it is literally one of a kind.
That valuable. Yeah.
It's one of a kind. But I like it. Literally just goes like, okay, we have the polyjuice, we're going to leave, and then they leave. No more extra bullshit and like they normally do in these fucking Harry Potter movies. Just, we're going to leave, and we leave. It's like someone who's actually on time. Like, it's fucking... That's what...
Well, no, they didn't do that. They talked to the dude about the wand.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. After that, after they figure out all that shit, and they're like, well, we need, we'll make a potion to fucking...
And that's the thing, too. He was saying, like, how can I use this wand? And he's like, well, did you win it? You must have won it, even though you just took it from him.
Yeah, you socked him in the gut and took it from him and ran. But the wand was like, well, Malfoy's been such a bitch for 7 movies, I guess I'll just be Harry's wand for convenience sake.
Right? And this was when I started thinking about, like, when they were talking about the resurrection spell and all that. I'm thinking that Dumbledore is the master of death.
Well, he's the master of, like, his own death, but it seems like he kills everyone around him, too.
Well, no, I think he did all that shit. He had the stone. He had the, he was going to save the resurrection stone for himself, because he's a greedy fuck.
Yeah.
Dumbledore. And he had the Elder Wand, and he did have the cloak till he gave it to Harry.
And
so he was, maybe that's why he was dying, because he gave the cloak to Harry.
Nah, I think think what caused him to have the curse was, like, finding one of the Horcruxes.
Oh, okay.
It was like one of the defenses was that you get cursed, and because all of them are set up essentially to where if it's not Voldemort getting it, you're probably gonna die.
Okay. Well, and all that, and as all that happens, that's when you find out they have Lestrange's wand, and Malfoy's wand, which would come in handy in this next scene, but then they never mention it.
That's weird. And what's also weird to me is that at the end, it doesn't seem like you need the invisibility cloak or the resurrection stone. So
and it seemed like he dropped it.
He did.
So he didn't use it.
And he didn't have the cloak at all at the end. It didn't even make sense why you'd need all 3. Like, they built it up.
I think he always has the cloak.
No, well, yeah, but they built it up like when you combine the 3, But nothing like that ever happened.
He did have the Elder Wand. No, he didn't have the Elder Wand.
Yeah. So it's like, it didn't even make sense why they have to keep shouting
it out.
Oh,
but it is his. That's how he knew, remember?
Yeah, but he ditches the resurrection stone and he doesn't have the cloak on him in the end, and he's not even using the wand.
Yeah, but maybe, okay, but it was given to him, so maybe he didn't need to have it.
I don't know. There's not enough parameters set for it to make sense.
I took it that way.
Yeah.
And I think that's how Harry Potter fans do it.
They just
fucking
take
have
it.
an orgasm
Yeah.
every time they see something.
They're just like, take it, man. It's magic.
And I'm getting tired of those Mortal Kombat soul scenes, bro. Like, I'm getting tired of it.
What do you mean?
The ghost soul scenes to talk to Harry, because they're like, they have to tell him about everything. He's like, does it hurt?
Well, they wanted to foreshadow that we were doing Star Wars next, so it was perfect. They had to do a Jedi scene at the end.
Promotion. And Hermione drinks the polyjuice, the polyacid juice.
Yeah, and he looks at her and he's like, you look gross.
Yeah. Because she is gross. She has those grimy-ass British meth head teeth.
Oh, my God. All of the Death Eaters. It's like, no wonder that what's-his-face doesn't know what a dentist is.
Right?
Like, or fucking the Beetlejuice from fucking... Oh, Slughorn, sorry.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. Slughorn doesn't know what a dentist is. Well, it makes fucking sense. All these wizards' teeth are fucking gross, chipped, and, like, oddly deformed.
Right?
And apparently you don't have to brush them either. They just magic them?
I guess so. And so then they teleport to the bank. And she goes in as Lestrange, and Hermione's, like, fucking up. The one time she kind of fucks up.
And she gets heated at herself.
Yeah.
But
she's like, no, and she's such a good leader and such a good, like a genius, that she's like, oh, yeah, you guys are right. Like, I'm fucking up. I need to, like, perk up a little bit.
Yeah, because she greets the dude like a normal person when she's supposed to be fucking insane.
Yeah, like a wacky cunt.
Even when
which is how good that actor is, because she can go from wacky cunt to, like, cool any second. Because you got to consider, that's kind of hard to play, like, one character a certain way, and then you have to act as Hermione as yourself.
That's true. So you have to give her props for that.
Yeah, that was solid.
But
And-
Hermione's sort of dumb here because even when she recognizes that she has to sort of be, and they know that Polyjuice Potion doesn't change her voice, so even though she knows she's supposed to be like crazier, when she goes into the bank, she's still hella mild and talking like
super
herself.
mild.
Yeah. So she really didn't pick it up, did she?
And she can't even walk in heels.
Well, she has grimy ass Ron. Looks
Yeah.
like he actually came out of the streets to help her.
That's what he's gonna look like when he's
Probably.
older. But he doesn't look like that when he gets older.
Well, if he didn't
He
marry,
gets fatter. That's
that
for
was
sure.
his ghost of Christmas future. If he didn't marry Hermione, is he's gonna be a fucking homeless person.
Yeah.
And they ask for her wand, what she has.
Yeah, she has Lestrange's wand.
It doesn't make any fucking.
Her bent dick wand.
I mean,
Her curved dick wand.
granted, this is really the only scene that doesn't make a lot of sense in the movie, but it's huge because
Right?
it's so glaring.
Because they asked her specifically for her fucking wand.
Yeah.
And Harry Potter finally does something.
Yeah, he shoots fucking a fart into the dude's face, and he's like, "All right, let's
Yeah.
go."
And the guy's in love or whatever, right?
And then they ride the most dangerous roller coaster to get to your money ever. Like, motherfuckers, get an ATM.
That should be a roller coaster in Universal Studios. I hope it is.
Bro, it's obviously not safe because you saw those fools, the security guards, which apparently holster their wands in like gun holsters, which is hilarious.
Right? And they trap dragons. Of course, dragons.
But they,
in the movie.
yeah, they fly off the rails though.
Right? And they torture the dragons.
Yeah, they basically say they train it with fucking like Pavlonian training. Basically, they're like, bro, every time he hears this bell, we hurt him, and then now he just thinks that he's gonna get hurt. So it's like, dude, goblins are super fucked up.
So they get into Lestrange's vault, and they find the fucking participation cup.
Yeah,
right?
he got his
And
participation
of course, these spells have
ribbon,
to come up. These multiplying spells.
which is sort of
That's-
cool. I mean, the concept's dumb, but the scene was cool.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like entertaining.
And Harry gets the cup. Woohoo! Yay!
Barely, but he loses the sword.
And Hermione's got a little cleavage, and I could say
Ooh.
now that she's hot.
Well, that was.
Can I?
Yeah, I don't know how old she is, but sure, let's go. Let's roll with it. We'll plead ignorance.
She looks hot in this one.
Yeah, and she fucking saves the day multiple times in this scene because when they fall through the the waterfall of not being a dick, fucking she saves them with
Right.
the spell. When they fucking have to
Well, the
escape,
goblin trapped. Yeah.
yeah, when they have to escape, she saves them. She comes up with the idea because Harry and Ron are there like, we don't know what to
Whoa.
do, so we're gonna
All
stand
this
here.
gold.
But that's because the goblin
Because
basically
Weasley's never seen that much money in his life,
no,
so he's like relishing in it.
he probably pocketed some. Fucking yeah, but the goblin does him dirty.
Yeah. He's like,
Super
look. I said I'd get you there, but I'm not getting you out. I'm just gonna be a dick for like no reason.
Yeah, here's your participation ribbon. Give me the fucking sword. Which the goblin probably should have stuck with them.
Right?
Because they do some dragon shit, of course, which looks
No,
like...
here's that scene. Right? They're trying. The alarm's off. Everyone's coming. Right? And they're trying to escape. They're trying to get past. They're like, fuck. How do we get past the dragon? Whatever. Harry and Potter and Hermione are like trying to think of something to do, and Hermione's like, dude, are we just gonna like stand here? Are you guys gonna be fucking assholes? And they look at each other like, well, you're the smart one. Like, what the
Right.
fuck are we supposed to do? We've been riding your tail this whole fucking 7 movies. And of course, Hermione figures out what to do, does some dope ass shit, and they escape flying on a fucking dragon. Because that's how raw Hermione is.
I like this was
Raw.
That was a sort of a brutal death in that scene too, where the fucking
Dude
dude
just gets lit up
by the dragon because he had his face farted and he was so dazed.
And then there comes another murder brutal scene.
Oh my
coming up.
god, Voldemort goes nuts because Harry like he gets it.
Well,
He
apparently
knows
his
what's
wand's
taken.
a sword. A fucking everlasting sword.
Well, they show it with Snape that he just sort of flicks his
Fucking
wand and it slits his throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more he goes, the fucking
The longer the
stabs
sword
you harder,
is, yeah. No, yeah, he kills everyone, including that little fucking dickhead who stole the sword.
Yeah.
And then the sword disappears.
And Harry knows that this is going on because he conveniently, it's good when it's good when Voldemort is doing bad things that Harry knows it all. Right?
Well, as long as he's
Every
not
time
there.
he's pissed off.
Yeah. Well, I think too because
And
the souls
Voldemort
are...
also knows that what Harry's doing, that he's looking for these Horcruxes.
Oh yeah, and I think that because they're destroying Horcruxes, it's easier for Harry to tap into what Voldemort's doing because you see sort of later on that Harry can almost do it at will.
Okay. I can see that.
Because Voldemort's head is getting grimier. He's having some more fucking, some, like, whatever that is, like cirrhosis or not cirrhosis.
Cirrhosis? Then they go to the bar, right? Or they go to that area where the bar is.
Yeah, what is it called? Hogsmeade.
And, of course, Dumbledore's homeless brother is there.
And
as everyone's looking for Harry and them, he's conveniently there. And it's like,
"Hey, come in. Do you remember what Dumbledore used to sound
Well, he's, like, way more Scottish than Dumbledore, too.
Super Scottish. He's a drunk.
He's like, bro, come here, Harry Potter. You're an idiot. It's just quit. Just fucking quit. That's what I did.
Yeah.
He's like, I sort of didn't quit because I'm still helping, but you need to quit.
And he sort of says that. And Harry's like, dude, like, my butt buddy Dumbledore, you know, he was giving me that rotting dick since a kid, and it felt good.
I trusted him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to listen to him. And that dude's sort of like, dude, do you even know my brother? Like, he raped our sister. He tried to rape me, and that's why I don't talk to him.
And he's raping you.
And he's raping you.
And
raping you mentally.
Essentially, because what he says is like, dude, why would you just follow this dude who gave you an impossible task?
Yeah.
You're doing it. I get that. That's great. But why? That's what I want to know.
And explain to me, and another thing he was saying is, like, explain to me, like, what your point is. Like, why, what else are you going to think that this is going to happen?
Yeah, he's just not feeling it. He's not feeling Harry Potter. Like, and you find out that little shard of glass that I guess Harry stole from somewhere. I don't even know where he got that. Was that when they were... I don't remember him ever picking it up. He just had it in the last two movies. But it connects to a mirror in... So he's been seeing who he thought was Dumbledore is this other homeless Dumbledore. And the dude is
He's
like...
He's not homeless at all.
Well, he's living in a fucking basement with
he
one
might as well be
painting
homeless.
and bread and beer. That's all he has.
Which is kind of cool, like, those towns, that's how they live, bro. This shit's just, like, underground.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Like,
drunk,
all
too.
of their, they're all drunk.
Because look what he gives them. He gives them the butter beer and sweets. That's
sweets.
the fucking the diet of a wizard that's about to go save the world.
That's why the ones that don't put spell on themselves are fat.
Right? Straight up. And then he's like, yeah, I guess I'll help you guys.
Yeah. He's like, see our molested sister? She's in the picture. Every time she walks away, it means a fucking a goddamn underground tunnel's going to open now. That's where a law-abiding citizen died. Fucking stupid shit. Fuck that shit. That shit is so dumb. Every fucking time has to be something that conveniently pops up for them.
Well, how did they even make the tunnel?
Because
they
this
were
what's
like...
convenient to me is that Harry needed to get into Hogwarts because he figured out that it had some... While Snape was fucking air stabbing everybody.
You mean Voldemort?
Yeah, when Voldemort was air stabbing everybody, playing fucking Dynasty Warriors with a wand, Harry's like, he gave me a vision of Ravenclaw, so now I gotta find this fucking unfindable item at Ravenclaw.
Which I like, because, yeah, he goes through the tunnel, he pops out, and everybody just starts clapping. Like, good way to fucking put Harry Potter on blast.
Well, Neville shows up first. He's like, hey, come on, man.
Hey, man, I'm getting beat because I refuse to torture a kid.
Yeah.
Because now Hogwarts is essentially a training camp for Death Eaters.
Yeah.
So, because they want him to perform the curse on a first year or something?
Yeah.
Like, to torture him? That's fucking crazy. But Snape is just, I think, Snape...
He's just trying to keep the trust.
He's falling apart. You can even tell, like, most of the scenes you see Snape up until the end, he's just sort of standing there staring.
He's losing his monotoneness a little bit. He's looking more sad than monotone.
Well, this is the first time, too, you see in a flashback where Snape isn't monotone. When he's talking to... we'll get to that, but that is a crazy scene. Just to hear him actually have emotion. But yeah, so they fucking go in there and they put Harry on blast. Like, they all just start clapping. It's like, bro, come on. There's the whole reason he got caught. Like,
yeah. Because you guys' love-hate relationship with him.
Yeah, now they're on his side again. Which was, I guess all he had to do was walk through a painting, and they're like, oh, wait, we forgot he existed. Yay!
And then look what happens. Harry's like, hey, more like, I get that this is what he's looking for. He doesn't know, but do you have to sound more moronic? Like,
yeah.
He's just like, hey, so all I saw was a glimpse of Ravenclaw, and it's somewhere around the school, and you probably can't see it.
And he's like, and it'll be small and easily hideable, which he doesn't even know.
And Seamus even
that.
looks at him like, dude, I'm drunk, but you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's like, I know that's not a lot to go on. He's like, bro, you said fucking nothing, you dummy. Fucking, oh yeah. But then, so this is what I'm thinking too, because how many times has Luna come through? She immediately gets it.
But she tries to say something, no one says it. Like, everyone's like, all right, get this fucking acid
That's
head
what I'm
out of
saying.
here.
Like, so when Hermione talks, the teachers don't listen, but her peers do. But when Luna
Right.
talks and is right, nobody fucking listens.
And then we cut to, which they probably should have shown in the deleted scenes, the Snape principal speech. That was a great speech.
Why in the deleted
The
scenes?
way
though? That
he
was
said
hilarious.
it, the way he talked was hilarious. It was
That's right.
extra
Snapey.
accentuation on it.
Many of you are surely wondering why I have summoned you at this hour. It's come to my attention that earlier this evening, Harry Potter was sighted in Hogsmeade. Now, should anyone, student or staff, attempt to aid Mr. Potter, they will be punished in a manner consistent with the severity of their transgression. Furthermore, any person found to have knowledge of these events who fails to come forward will be treated as equally guilty.
And
Harry does the
Extra
fucking
Snapey, yeah.
classic, like...
moron move.
Yeah.
Probably been a smart move not to do that.
He did the Pink Floyd, like, wall move where he steps out of the group of fucking drones and he's like, no!
The man trusted you! His rotting hand, do you know, Snape?
But then he just
And then-
sort of sets it up so Snape gets clappered.
Yeah. McGonagall Island does some work on him. But see, here's the thing, he's not attacking her. He's defending her, attacking him.
Yeah.
That also gave it away to me. Is you're like, all right.
And he just gets... Well, because they make Snape seem sort of like a bitch in the other movies. Jesus Christ.
You can edit that one.
So they make Snape seem sort of like a bitch in the other movies, and so he just sort of runs away, right?
Yeah.
But he does that in a lot of scenes in the previous movies. And McGonagall doesn't give a shit if she kills him at this point. She's trying, because she claps the two people behind him. Like, because he ricochets their shit.
She kills those motherfuckers.
Yeah, and then the Order of the Penis walks in, or what's left of them. And they're like, this school is ours now. Teacher, leave those kids alone.
Yeah.
Fucking-
And after they chase Snape away, they call him a fucking coward. Snape is really taking one for the team. Like, he is
Super.
the epitome of taking one for
He
the
took
team.
it all for the team.
And
A team he wasn't even allowed on.
and then Voldemort whispers to them all, and they're like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "You have 1 hour to rape Harry Potter,
Or I will rape all of you.
And the janitor's like, "Yeah,
Kids
there's
in the
students
hall."
in the corridor."
That's right.
He's a
She's
fucking, like, when did he be like you called that? He was Scooby Doo in the first one. He is only Scooby Doo, and like throughout all of them,
he hasn't
like,
had any normal lines. He's literally comic relief. And she basically tells him, she's like, you need to go back to your fucking homeless shack, bro, because you're tripping balls, because these students are...
She calls him an idiot.
Yeah,
she's like, "You
"We-
fucking idiot."
We
Like,
had an assembly. Dummy. And of course the kids are out. But then
and of course they just lock up Slytherin.
Yeah, and the one kid looks heated.
Well, because what happens is they're like, after they tell Voldemort whispers to them all that to give him Harry, right?
Yeah.
And one girl from Slytherin, says, "What are y'all doing? Like, get this motherfucker." And none of them move, even Slytherin. But then all of a sudden, McGonagall Island's like, lock up all of Slytherin. And even the black kid gets pissed off, which is like, you guys really look how pissed he is. He's like, "Yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I didn't come here for this shit. I'm getting stereotyped in real life, motherfucker. I came to Hogwarts to be a normal kid. God damn."
Well, what's funny too is with that is
Young Kobe's just laughing.
young Kobe is
He's
laughing
like,
in the background. He's like,
And he's like, "I lost my one-on-one partner, bruh. I just scored 21 on your bitch ass yesterday."
But no, the fucking what I like too, she sends them with the janitor who doesn't use magic, like presumably like 40 to 50 kids who have wands, and they just sort of take it.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Wizards are dumb.
Yeah, they just sort of like, I guess we're in jail now.
Yeah.
All because
And they-
of one chick. Is jail detention? Is that what they've been using in Snape's fucking Hogwarts?
Apparently. Well, no, remember it was in Prisoner of Azkaban.
That's true. That's true. They do have a jail.
So a school is allowed to have a jail. Let's just think about that.
Well, there's so many bad people that come to school, they do need a jail to lock them up when the actual cops come.
Yeah. And then shit starts going down.
Dude,
right?
this scene
Like,
starts getting cool.
Then this is when the it starts getting good.
Because you start, I like it that they're cutting in them preparing for war with the other side, with Voldemort's side, preparing to attack.
Yeah.
With Harry looking for the tiara, so that all of them didn't feel fucking too long.
And she sets up the Hogwarts shield.
That's sick. The fucking Hogwarts shield.
With Vern Troyer. That's not Vern Troyer.
No, it's
The fucking music conductor with his goddamn 1989 haircut is weird.
dude. And
They set up the shield, and then she gets the Stone Men, which was, like I said, this was probably one of the cooler parts of the movie.
Dude,
They should have shown them fight more. I just wish that they they killed a troll. That was pretty much it. That's all. They
pushed
showed
one
them
off
do.
a bridge,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
No. They were stabbing one.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think they did push one off the bridge too. In one
Yeah,
of the flyover
I think they
scenes.
killed multiple, but yeah, that's it. That's all you see of them. And Harry's fucking jacking off as usual. He's like, I gotta go to Ravenclaw, start somewhere. I got nowhere to go.
I gotta go find this ghost bitch.
I wonder where the next thing could be. Which fucking 3 of the items we've looked for throughout the 7 movies are the goddamn room of convenience.
Yeah, wait, what? Why are they all at Hogwarts?
They don't even think to look at that,
bro. 3 of them were at Hogwarts, right?
including the Sorcerer's Stone.
Including the Sorcerer's Stone.
No, not
Dumbledore's-
3. Tiara,
The book.
the book.
I guess that's.
Well, I mean, it would make sense considering he was at Hogwarts.
I get that, but how did Dumbledore not key into this? He had 16
think he
fucking
did.
years to find these things.
Yeah, right?
And it took Harry fucking.
And my other question is, Voldemort did all this shit at Hogwarts. Put one of the, I think one of them was in a random ass spot.
Yeah.
The necklace, right?
Well, the book just.
No,
the book wasn't even at Hogwarts.
But why did they have to go to the fucking Superman 4 meth crystal place for one of them? Where did he go to put it there?
That was just some rock in the middle of fucking nowhere in the ocean. Which
But that's what I'm saying. So he has all these at Hogwarts and he goes there. So he should have been putting them all in random places. Should have made this shit way more harder.
And he's sort of dumb because I forget the book wasn't even at Hogwarts. He chooses to send it there. He makes Lucius do that.
Well, because remember that was the first way he was going to live. He didn't need Harry Potter.
That's
at this
right.
point.
Wait, so if
Either way, it
that
was
doesn't make
fucking
any
stupid.
fucking
It was
sense.
fucking. How did Dumbledore get the ring again?
Well, he lost a hand for it apparently. It was the cock ring he used to fuck Blue Waffle McGonagall.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Well, Snape jerked off to it
That's right.
with his thoughts of Lily.
And then it starts fucking kicking off right here because Harry argues with the
Well,
fucking.
Luna first is like, look, you gotta drop some acid and talk to dead people.
Yeah, he's like, I want to go see this ghost titties.
Yeah, she was a hot ghost.
She sort of was. And
And,
I like that it starts the battle in the middle of that expositional conversation.
Yeah. They're how Voldemort shows up with his Death Eaters and they fucking
He's just
Lord
like,
of the Rings
"Meh."
arch and he's like, yeah, get the hell.
And they start shooting arrows of magic. And it's just hitting.
Shit was real though.
the shit
It
was
looked
getting
raw.
sick. The shield and shit. So then
And of course, so he's talking to the Ravenclaw bitch.
and she gives him a riddle.
And another discretion to something.
I don't even remember what she says.
She goes,
it was so confusing.
If you don't need to ask it, you must ask to need it. You're like, what?
Yeah, it's just something. It's fucking
It's just
stupid.
Harry Potter fucking fuckery. And Kingsley's leading their fight. Young Kobe. This was a funny scene because Kingsley's letting them know what they got to do, and then the fight comes to them, and young Kobe is just sitting there scoping it out,
Yeah, he even tells him, he's like, no, protect down there. And then he sees shit popping off. He's like, actually, let's get some more people up here. And Kobe's like, I got you, Captain.
yeah.
Captain
and then the
fucking
David Bowie
Kingsley.
Neville scene, right?
Oh, God. Well, first, they have to explain that, oh, wait, no one bothered to clean up that giant snake in the basement, so let's go get his teeth.
Oh, Weasley and them.
And Weasley knows parcel
Weasley
talk
and
'cause
Hermione
he's-
are like, yeah, we can do it. And Harry's like, yeah, do something that's actually useful. If it were up to me, I'd be fucking looking around Ravenclaw for an hour and a half.
Right,
But
yeah,
here
I'd
you
be
guys
looking
got-
around her titties. But no, he fucking says too, he's like, well, I stare at Harry while he sleeps, so I know parcel tongue now. I dream about him. I jack off in the
And he
corner.
asked Hermione, like, you don't do that? And Hermione's like, no, you fucking weirdo.
He's like, well, I got a
And
lot
I'm
of...
the one that should be doing that, you fucking gaylord.
He's like, I got a lot of crusty Harry Potter socks. So I do a lot of that. I'm Ron Weasley.
And they open the snake vault to go get the snake tooth, and they destroy the cup. Woohoo!
And
They get a
Voldemort-
cum shot. They get a Voldemort cum shot.
And Voldemort loses it.
Yeah.
And that's when he sends like the final
Bro.
blast.
Yeah,
takes down
he
the shield.
single-handedly almost destroys the shield.
Yeah,
That was
and it
crazy.
starts like melting like paper. But yeah, that's when they have the Neville scene.
Yeah, well, no.
Well, prior they have the first Neville scene
Yeah.
where they like
People
vaporize this
turn into
three- yeah.
pixels from fucking Adam Sandler.
And then
So here's my bigger thing, and I want to bring this up. It's not really a valid point, but it's just a point. They pick Neville to do the bridge.
Right.
Seamus does his fucking drunk Irish fucking antics and puts some cartoonish TNT on the bridge, and he's fucking Wile E. Coyote, and Neville's like, they pick Neville to be the one that is gonna get chased so that he could set up the bridge. Why not pick somebody like young Kobe to be athletic enough to do something like that?
why didn't Neville just have a broom?
Or give him a broom.
Or
Or
something.
pick somebody more athletic. Why Neville?
Well, Neville, I think they
He
just,
ain't outrunning nobody.
he's their target.
He just stopped being fat not too long ago.
That's right. But
So,
apparently he is athletic because when that bridge pops, he can fucking pull, like, do a full body pull up.
I guess. And then all the Death Eaters show up, right? And
That's when you
that's
see
when
that-
that's when they get super Lord of the Rings.
That's when you see
fucking-
Kingsley. Kingsley's got bars.
He just freezes that dude and throws that fool.
And I like that
throws him.
The young wizards are like, in this situation, I think it would be okay to be like, yo, young wizards, if you want to, use abracadabra, because all of these fucking Death Eaters will be.
That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's when it gets super Lord of the Rings and all the trolls are fighting. And they're like, yeah, and there's spiders. Surprised there wasn't eagles that showed up to save the fucking day.
Right, and Draco.
Or an
just-
eye looking at people.
Oh, God.
And then Malfoy shows up and he fucking gets the Slytherin out of jail because that's all it took
Yeah, he.
is a wand.
Well, that
like
and he
you-
pulls his two homies. Well,
Yeah.
apparently they lost the fat kid.
Yeah.
But he pulls his
And they
other
replaced him with a
homies.
black dude that's way
Yeah,
better.
the heated black guy that was in it, who was hella mad.
Yeah. Well, he was
Fucking-
mad he wasn't in juice to start with.
And then,
He
of
wanted-
course, why wouldn't he, like, I mean, why wouldn't they have fucking another convenient ass scene?
Oh, God.
Because that's what would make sense in Harry
They follow
Potter.
Harry into the fucking room of convenience.
And Harry, like, this is what's weird. There's so much shit in that room. So much shit. And Harry
Right.
just wanders around for a while, and it's literally sitting as if it's being presented. Like, it's not
Right?
even, there's so many places you could hide it, and it's sitting like it's being presented to him.
Yeah. Like it's a cigar out of a cigar box that wants to be smoked.
Right?
It's just stupid.
And somehow they catch up with him.
Yeah.
No, Hermione and Ron. I mean, I know that Draco was, like, following, but Hermione and Ron are, like, in the basement.
Yeah, because they do work. Harry does nothing.
Did they just masturbate their way there? Or exacerbate? Or whatever the fuck it's called?
Maybe.
I guess. And then, bro, that dude tries to kill her.
And these CGI backgrounds are terrible.
This one especially.
The one in the room of convenience and the one where Hermione and Ron are in the snake room. And, that long-awaited porn child porn fucking kiss.
After they get wet.
And she blows him before they leave. So
That's
that's
their-
good for Ron.
That's their kiss in the rain scene.
Yeah, and because they're doing things, they show up. And of course, Malfoy has his Potter scene where he finally gets to say Potter.
Right?
Except for he's not really accentuating that P anymore.
No, because
He's more into just saying Potter.
he's sort of a bitch.
Yeah, he's even too much of a bitch to accentuate the P.
They even ask him, like, he's like, bro, you need to give me my wand back. He's like, looks like you got one, bro. Like,
Right?
he just acts like that dude on the corner that
And
just took
Weasley
your
chases
shoes.
off 3 dudes with one guy.
Well, that's because the one guy tries to
He's
fucking...
like, stay away from my girlfriend.
Well, he doesn't. Not only that, he tries to abracadabra Hermione, one of the other
That's true.
students. The fucking Goyle or fucking Crab or whatever. I think it's Goyle.
Well,
right?
shit's going down at this point. You have to think.
Yeah, well,
those guys
they're
are
down
loyal.
to thump.
Yeah.
Like, it's done. There's
Um,
no fucking school loyalty anymore.
And is it Doyle? Is this Doyle?
It's Goyle.
Goyle.
Yeah.
He makes a fire dragon. Ooh.
And like his wand's
He's
like
an idiot.
breaking, and he just throws it. He's like, "Fuck it."
And you assume that like this is still kind of Snape's fault because he taught these fools this shit.
Did he teach them how to make fire animals?
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah, and then they fly out.
They they literally
Essentially.
on the
And Goyle dies.
He
He
falls.
falls in the fire and dies.
Yeah, he's on fire.
And they save the black dude and Malfoy, and the black dude's sort of like, dude, why did I get casted in this movie again?
He's like, damn, I almost died.
I didn't say anything. I just get to make this fucking juice look.
This is stupid face.
Um,
And this is what's weird. They fuck up the tiara, right?
yeah.
And so this is what I like, is like what you were saying. Voldemort, the dude literally is like, my lord, and he's just like, abracadabra! And he fucking...
Then he goes in hiding. He goes in pussy mode.
Yeah, he's like, we gotta get the fuck out of here,
And
Mr.
Lucius
Snape.
is sort of like, dude, like, do you think maybe we should, like, stop attacking? Like, like, I've always been down to kill Harry, but I kind of wasn't down for, like, killing a bunch of kids.
Right? And he's like, this
Like-
isn't gonna work.
Like, I'm kind of tired of you bullying me around. And then, of course, he gets bullied more. Voldemort just smacks him, and he's like, how can you live with yourself?
You fucking...
Even though, how can you live with yourself? I'm trying to live forever. And Lucius, I am the only one that can live forever. Like, he's fucking weird, dude. Why didn't they go more into Voldemort?
Yeah, Voldemort's... Because they don't
Develop
in the books.
his character.
He's...
Huh?
They don't really in the books. He's literally, like, they just sort of mention him all the
But
time.
he's so cool because like, most evil people are, like, have an overall purpose. He masks an overall purpose by just wanting to live forever as this weird, gangly seaman.
That's right. He has the whole pureblood thing, but that's really not what it's about.
He's almost like manipulating it to get his real purpose, which is just living forever.
Same thing with Dumbledore, though. It's
Because he's
literally
willing to kill his own people
yeah.
easily.
That's what I'm saying. It's the exact same with Dumbledore. Dumbledore is willing to sacrifice everything to not die too. So who's worse? One dude's just being evil, but the other one's being manipulatively evil.
Well,
So
wizards are manipulative.
and
That's
stupid.
for goddamn
Everybody
sure.
just follows the guy with the biggest wand. Like it's like some weird gay porn.
Yeah, so Voldemort smacks Lucius and they run through the battle.
Well, no,
This is when they run through the battle. Like,
little
they're
bit.
looking for Snape, right?
Well, yeah. So he,
How did he know he had to look for Snape?
because like I said, at this point, Harry can now tap into Voldemort's mind at will.
Oh, okay, so he knows he's gonna go find
Yeah.
Snape.
Well, he's
That's
watching
right.
him at the
That's
docks.
right.
I guess.
You're right.
They have docks now. Why was
Yeah.
that the safe hiding spot, Voldemort?
I don't know.
Who the fuck
With his
knows?
little kayak.
But he basically just looks at Snape and he's like, "Hey man, I think you might be the dude who controls this wand." Even though Snape's like, "The wand is loyal to you, sir."
Yeah.
And he's just like, "You know what?
My lord.
Yeah."
My lord.
He's like, "Snape, I think."
Lord.
He calls Snape shady essentially. He's like, "Bro, I think you've been a little shady, so I'm gonna clap you now because, I mean, it has to be that way."
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, air
he's-
sword.
Air sword. So apparently there's multiple spells that'll kill you. He slits,
That one's raw.
He slit his
Could they
throat.
show that one more?
Yeah,
Which apparently Harry didn't know how to do.
he should
Because
have.
he almost killed Malfoy the same way.
Almost, yeah.
In the Order of the Penis, I
That's-
believe. Or was that the half-cunt prince?
No, that was in Half-Blood Prince, but that was a different. That was Snape's spell of like bleeding you out.
I like that one, too. Anything with blood. Can we just show that more in Harry Potter? Because that was kind of cool.
Bro, and
Because he
Snape
had his snake just fucking rape Snape.
literally went up his butthole because Snape already had his throat slit, so that was just adding like insult to injury at this point.
Right?
Like it wasn't necessary to happen. But whatever.
So he thinks he has the wand. He now thinks he can kill Harry Potter.
yeah.
And
Snape looks at Harry and he cries out his memories.
he's like, take them. Take them. You have your mother's eye. My monotone death.
And then he just dies like every fucking movie ever, and no one seems to care.
Yeah.
They're just like,
well, I don't think they know how to feel.
"Okay."
They're like, well, was this guy an asshole or not?
Well, Snape
Trying to
sort of starts feeling it in the chest when he sees the tear memory.
Yeah, that's true. And they all go back, and Voldemort whispers to everybody and tells them that they fought valiantly and that he'll retreat his soldiers and that to just basically call out Harry Potter. Some Batman shit.
Harry Potter, I now speak directly to you. On this night, you have allowed your friends to die for you rather than face me yourself. There is no greater dishonor. Join
Yeah, because
right?
he's walking through and literally everyone's dead.
And then he goes, yeah, because one of the twins die.
One of the twins,
for the
Lupin
Weasleys.
and Tonks dies. The one chick that had the crush on Weasley got clapped by the vampire dude. Whatever the fuck was going on there. Like, everyone's just sort of falling apart.
And then the big reveal scene. Harry goes into the memory cesspool.
And that's when he sees Voldemort was using him.
Using him?
Sorry, Dumbledore. They're the same person.
Yeah.
They're the same character. They're both evil.
Here's what I want to get to. Okay, so here's what I took from Snape's wet dream. Is that Dumbledore? Okay, so he was a Death Eater, right?
Right.
He knew what Voldemort wanted, and that Voldemort was an idiot, and just thought this kid that was born in June was this living prophecy that he would die, right?
Yeah.
And he knew that he probably was going to kill his parents also to kill the kid. So Snape kind of asked Dumbledore, like, yo, can you protect Harry's parents, right?
Yeah.
Dumbledore says, like a dickhead, well, I'll do it, but you got to do something for me. Which me and you could assume that it was keeping him alive, because I think Dumbledore was dying.
Well, that and
help keep him alive.
Something like
that. So
that
was their deal.
Maybe
that
he
they
helped
made.
make the Sorcerer's Stone.
Even so, maybe. Okay, good question. That's a good one. Even so, Dumbledore did a shitty job and even told Snape that, yeah, they probably trusted the wrong dude.
Just like you did. That's what he tells him.
And got them killed, right? So Dumbledore never gave a fuck about Harry Potter. No. Snape did for sure. Snape was sort of like starting to like him.
Well, because they showed that Snape grew up with his mom.
And then when Dumbledore finds out that Harry is a piece of Voldemort, then that's when Dumbledore gets interested. Then Dumbledore's like, all right, now I'll take an interest in Harry, and we'll use him to get all of the other Horcruxes, because regardless of the fact he shows up, one of the Horcruxes is dead.
Yeah.
So I don't think he ever really cared about Harry dying. I think Harry kept beating the expectations.
I think so, and I think Dumbledore was like, well, he has to get killed by Voldemort eventually, so I'm not really gonna help him. But every time that he seems to come out of this okay, because think about it, Dumbledore. That makes a lot of sense actually, because Dumbledore could have saved Harry in almost every movie that Dumbledore was alive.
But he set him up. But what's even weirder is like sometimes he'd set him up like with Hermione, which is sort of fucked up. Like he kind of let Hermione just like go with Harry's fuckery.
So was he baiting him then?
I think he was,
because he
like I said, he is one of the Horcruxes. So I think Dumbledore sort of just looked at it like, well, Harry Potter's alive, like.
Yeah, well, because Dumbledore's whole attitude, Jesus Christ, Dumbledore's whole attitude from the beginning is like, what's in it for me?
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So
and the only thing Dumbledore apparently cares about is living.
Well, yeah, because he's fucking old as fuck already. He's like, I might as well keep going because apparently I'm the most powerful wizard.
So I think at that point, I think they were trying to make Dumbledore a dick. I think people give Dumbledore too much credit and be like, oh, he manipulated this whole thing to like end the right way. I think he thought it was going to end the right way, but at first for him getting involved, he was sort of like, dude, Voldemort doesn't even, like, that's not even the prophecy, so he's not going to live, so I don't give a fuck.
Well, I think, yeah.
Like at first, when Harry Potter was a kid, is what I mean.
Yeah, no,
that's
I
how
think
he thought. And then when he found out that they're a part of him, which it took him a while to find out, that's when Dumbledore was like, "All right, I'm just gonna give him this Horcrux shit, and if he dies, he dies because he's one of the Horcruxes, and I'm gonna get them all." So he was trying to get rid of Voldemort, but I'm saying I don't think he gave a fuck about Harry Potter. I think Harry Potter grew on him, is my point. I think eventually Dumbledore was like, wow, Harry Potter's a lucky son of a bitch.
Essentially. So, and I think that maybe from the beginning, like, I think Dumbledore would have, like, I think Dumbledore knew that Harry was a Horcrux from the beginning, because he's not an idiot.
No, I think he knew, like, I'm talking about during this montage, after Snape asked for help to protect the Potters.
Yeah.
And Dumbledore found out what Voldemort did and that Harry Potter lived. He knew right then and there.
That's what I'm saying. So I think in the first movie, that's why he sort of sent him to get the Sorcerer's Stone. He's like, well, if Voldemort kills him now, that's fucking great.
It's one of them gone.
Yeah. And he just sets him up to keep going and dying every movie, and it never happens. And fucking Dumbledore must just be like, bro, this kid is stupid as fuck. But why is he living?
I think that's exactly what's going on. So, like I said, it sort of shows Dumbledore being a dick. And like how I know that I think he was just trying to stay alive is the rotting hand scene when Snape was like trying to help him with his rotting hand.
Yeah.
It's like that's how I sort of knew, like, okay, Dumbledore had stake in the game. Because he was already there's clues. He already has all these things that show up to be, all these things that show up to make somebody immortal. And he had them all. Sorcerer's Stone was created by him.
Yeah. Probably
He
with
had
the
the
Resurrection
Resurrection
Stone.
Stone.
He probably made the Sorcerer's Stone with it.
He had the cloak. He had the Elder Wand. He was a dick.
Yeah, he could have...
Maybe that's why Voldemort became evil, because he's like, dude, Dumbledore's a fucking asshole.
Dumbledore might have
Fuck being
manipulated
that.
him into being evil. Maybe Dumbledore wanted to take over. Because Dumbledore wasn't
Shit
always
was weird, man.
on the straight and narrow, which they will eventually... They say they will explain in future Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, is that Dumbledore is sort of fucked with Grindelwald. Like that was
he fucked Grindelwald.
Well, literally, yes, but I mean, he fucked with his extremist ideas to a degree.
Yeah.
So Dumbledore is not known to be the most straight and narrow person, which is odd that they even make him headmaster. Do they just make shitty people headmasters? Because they do it at the boys' school. They made Death Eater headmaster. This one, they made the most dangerous wizard's ex-lover a headmaster. Like,
Right?
it's very weird.
And so Harry Potter knows he has to die, essentially.
And that Snape has
That
loved him his whole life.
Dumbledore greased him
apparently.
up like Babe to
Yeah.
die.
And
And,
Snape loves him.
Don't tell me now that you've grown to care for the boy.
Yeah.
Snape loved him. Like,
And
actually
he still
cared.
didn't give a fuck about Snape.
No.
Because even when he finds all that out about Dumbledore and Snape, he doesn't even tell Hermione and Ron that it was Snape all along that was looking out.
No,
He was the
doesn't
one
tell
with the magical
anyone.
deer and all that shit. So he still doesn't give a fuck about Snape. Harry's just worried about himself. Now Harry's like, oh shit, I forgot. This is a Jesus allegory. I gotta die now.
Yeah, that's weird though, because as selfish as Harry and as much of a coward, it's like they call Harry brave, but it seems like he's sort of a coward because he's trying to dodge.
He's not a coward.
He's trying
I
to
think
dodge every bad thing that he's trying to. Okay, so he's
because his life
preventative.
sucks.
Yes.
His life has sucked for 17 years.
So he just sucks it up and he's like, okay, well, I had 17 pretty fucking shitty years. I think it's okay to die now.
And of course, he has to do that queer thing that Dumbledore made him do, which was open at the close of the snitch and put his mouth on it.
Which he finds the Resurrection Stone and then has the Jedi scene where he talks. Which I loved about this scene
I
is he
think it's
talks
Mortal
to his
Kombat.
mom. He talks to his mom, sort of looks at his dad, then turns and talks to fucking Sirius. Doesn't even fucking talk to his dad.
Right? Because he's seen how idiotic his dad is.
Well, yeah,
He's like, oh man, Snape should have, like, maybe I am Snape's kid.
possible, very possible. That's what made me feel like very weird about this. They sort of set up like, is Snape like her brother, or just a childhood friend, or is that Harry Potter actually his kid?
Well, you know that Harry's mom was a whore.
Well, yeah,
She sucked off Snape.
his dad was a dick.
Yeah.
His dad.
I told
was
you his dad
super
was an
dick.
his dad was that high school athlete that's a dick to everybody.
Yeah, he was just mean, and he set up like he
And that's what they
literally-
showed in Snape's wet dream.
Yeah, he literally crashed into it, then turned around and saw Snape.
And how
helping-
weird was Snape? I mean, I guess I'd be the same way.
Yeah,
He's
the-
wearing fucking moccasins with a fucking weird suit.
Right, but he bumps into fucking Lily, turns around, sees Snape helping her. He's like, I'm gonna take your bitch.
Yeah.
He's like, I got that.
That's why Harry Potter's sort of real. And just sort of rambunctiously goes into things. Causing
Yeah.
rambunction like Busta
Causing
Rhymes.
rambunctious.
Yeah, and so that's when I find out my question is like, first off, Voldemort's an idiot. Maybe that's why Harry's such an idiot, because Voldemort's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He can't figure it out. He thinks it's all this other shit.
No, he hasn't
He's like,
figured
yo, it's
shit
the
out
wand.
yet.
It's my semen fucking skin.
Well, it just goes to show you they're all just, when they get to this certain degree of power, they're all very arrogant to the point where it's like they don't learn anymore. Like, you see that with Dumbledore, because he makes a fuckload of mistakes.
So is that my question? Is Dumbledore the mastery of death?
No, I think Dumbledore's just an idiot. Like, I think he's hella powerful, and that caused him to just sort of lazily go through everything he needed to do.
Right?
He's like, no, I can fix it. He's oh, I got it. It's cool.
Ellie and James put their faith in the wrong person, Severus. Rather like you.
And so Harry knows he's going to die, right? And he's like, does it hurt? Does it hurt?
And he's like, yeah, I mean, it'll hurt
I know I
less.
have this resurrection stone, but does it hurt?
He's like, it'll
Like,
hurt
what a
less
bitch.
than Dumbledore putting his dick in your butt. I'll tell you that
It
much.
kind of means the tension's gone to me. Because he has the stone, the tension's gone.
Well,
You
until-
already know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but he drops it. So you think, like, okay, well, he's not going to use that. He's just choosing to die.
That's what I'm saying. I think Dumbledore's a master of death. That's why he sent Harry back. I don't think it had anything to do with the resurrection stone.
Well, I think he even... Well, okay, so, yeah, Harry...
You don't
let's
think
go
that?
because he has to sacrifice himself, which he does. He doesn't even try to
I know,
fight.
but I'm saying when they do the Bruce Almighty scene, is it not Dumbledore that sends him back, or you think it's the stone?
I think...
I think it's Dumbledore.
I don't
think
know
he's
if-
the mastery of death, bro.
I don't know if
Heaven's Gate-looking
Dumbledore
motherfucker.
sends him back. I think he just tells him he has the choice to go back. He's like, if you want to die, you can
Because
die
he's
now.
the mastery of death.
The Master of Death? That Dumbledore? Well, I don't know. That doesn't make any... At this point, why? How could he be? Because he doesn't have the items anymore. He's dead. So is he just that raw?
I don't know, man.
I don't get
I
it
don't
either.
know.
I don't get it either. Even
I just-
Dumbledore doesn't get it. He's like,
Maybe
yo,
I'm thinking too much, and this is... I gotta remember that this was written for fucking orphans.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe even Dumbledore doesn't know because he's like, bro, if it is in your head, does it matter? It's the message that matters, bro. Yeah, who cares? It was written for orphans, and it was written for other homeless people to feel better about their lives. She was probably going to pass it out on newspaper, cardboard. She wrote it all on cardboard, and she was going to...
Well, she tried at first to write it on newspapers that could fucking freeze frame and go in motion.
Well, that's because she thought her spoon was a fucking wand, and every time she took a hit, the newspaper words would magically move around.
Yeah, and every time she'd shoot up, that's how she... That every time that the memory cesspool showed up was every time she shot up before she wrote. And,
It's true.
And Jesus, that's how I felt about that. And Voldemort, the Abracadabra was hilarious. He abracadabras Harry. They're all kind of surprised he shows up. Hagrid's tied up. They were gonna rape Hagrid after.
And even Hagrid's like, "Why did you do this? I'm dumb. You're being dumber than me right now. I
know,
can't
right?
spell, bro. I can't spell. I."
And he's just like abracadabra.
Yeah, he does some weird ghost shit, and then there's the Bruce Almighty scene, and then
Yeah.
it snaps
Well, and
back.
this dead fetus Voldemort.
That was fucking hilarious. Even Harry's like, "What the fuck is that?" And Dumbledore's
He's just like he's trying to do the, but he's like
Yeah.
in fetus mode. He's like,
yeah, he's like, "What the fuck is that?" And Dumbledore's like, don't worry about it. It's some weird shit you see up here. I've been here for a
normally
year
I
now.
put him in jars
Yeah.
and show him to fucking 16-year-old girls thinking about getting an abortion.
But it snaps back, and Voldemort doesn't seem to understand what happened.
Right?
And do wizards... This is what I'm saying. Is magic so powerful that it makes you so lazy that you're willing to, one, take the word of someone... When you just killed your greatest enemy, you're willing to take the word of someone you barely know that he's dead, and you're not even willing to go take his pulse.
Right?
You don't have to because you're a wizard. You're just that lazy.
Well, and like you said, Dumbledore, he's like, they start talking about, that. Can we just speak on that scene more? I'm sorry. That scene fucking sucked. For how good the movie was getting, even though how dumb it was, you were buying into it, and then that scene was a really weird decompressing scene. I think it was supposed to be decompressing.
It was too
from the
jarring.
action. It was just like, what? And then, when he's just like, we're at a train station, And he's like, so do I take the train and die forever? Or do I have to go back? And Dumbledore's like, you can choose, my son.
Yeah, that scene was...
Just remember that if you take this train, it'll get you on that fizz pill you've been keeping in your pocket this whole time.
That scene was fucking stupid, dude.
It fucking sucked.
It was retarded.
And it was also gay.
Yeah, which is sort of how Voldemort gets after this, because he just sort of struts up and he's like, "Hey guys, I killed Harry Potter. Who's gonna suck my dick now? Get in line."
Right?
He's like, "Put your mouths on me."
And that was weird. That's why I wanted to ask you. Did Malfoy's mom ask him if Draco was alive?
Yes.
And he said yes.
Yes. Well, he like nods his head slightly.
And then she's like, okay, now
Yeah.
I got your back.
Well, I think she wasn't like Draco's mom. It shows like in
She's
a
not
lot of
like
them,
that.
she was.
She
not.
just wanted Draco alive.
Yeah,
She was into Lucius's fuckery so she could live.
pretty
'Cause
much.
she knew her son and her fucking husband are
well,
pussies.
she probably married up.
Yeah, and
Then they
she declared him dead.
They
and,
parade him back.
well, I think this one's funny because like the drunk potions teacher, they show him and he's just sort of like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, I didn't sign up for this. I was a couch for like 10 years, bro."
Right?
Like-
He looks bug-eyed every time. He's like, "What is happening here?"
um,
They all sort of look like there's a lot of people you can tell got roped into this that were not trying to be there.
especially the Death Eaters.
Yeah, the Death
Like,
Eaters.
and
even.
Voldemort shows up and he's like, "Harry Potter is dead."
And then he
He's
looks at them.
dead.
I like how he looks at them and they have to laugh. Like when he says it, he like looks at them and all the
Yeah.
Death Eaters laugh.
They're like, "Ha ha ha!"
Ugh.
God, this guy's an asshole.
It's like, dude, and I wonder too if there's some Death Eaters who are like, man, I was really hoping that Harry Potter was gonna kill him, because now I have to stick with this asshole.
Right? And Draco comes back and fucking Voldemort gives him this creepy fucking molesty
Weird
hug.
hug where it looks like he casts a spell almost, but he doesn't. He's just being very gentle with Draco for some reason.
Right?
It was weird.
And he calls them out. He's like, "Hey, come on, guys, come to our side. It's not that
I
bad."
like how Neville walks over too, and he's like, "Well, we could have got a better one,
Yeah.
but I guess you'll do."
And it seems like he was gonna kill him, but then he was just like, "Yeah, I just want to say something." And then of course, as Neville has his fucking weird speech, Harry has his Jesus moment.
Not just a weird speech, but almost a going to show you the two sides of the coin of these students at fucking Hogwarts. That Neville literally says, he's like, "So what if Harry died? It ain't about that."
Yeah.
And they're literally like, "Wait, what?" Neville just, no one gives a shit that Harry died?
Doesn't matter that Harry's gone.
Stand down, Neville.
People die every day.
Right?
He's just like,
He was an idiot anyways.
Yeah.
Like, he was a fucking moron. Why do we need him alive?
I like when he's about to give the speech too. Voldemort's like, that motherfucker. Like he literally like grabs.
He's like Dick
his hand.
Dastardly.
Yeah.
And so of course Harry becomes alive on his Jesus shit.
On some fucking like.
And it's crazy because
magician shit.
like the Jesus story, once motherfuckers see that he was alive, they're like, "Oh!" and they fucking Death Eater away.
Yeah, they start
fly
fighting
away.
again. They're just
No, they fly away.
Well, yeah,
a lot
start-
of them leave.
Yeah.
They're so scared that he's alive. They're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Well, they probably saw Voldemort wasn't that powerful after all.
Maybe. And Voldemort loses his shit and he automatically tries to kill Harry. It's like he's created his own rivalry against Harry Potter.
He
Isn't that
could've
kind of
just-
funny?
He could have
Like,
just not done anything and just not.
He should have,
fucked with
like,
them.
since day one, when he went to kill Harry as a baby, he should have just left it alone. He'd have been fine. His
Yeah.
whole life. He'd have been fine.
If he didn't make any of the decisions to actually go against Harry, like no one would be any wiser to the fact. Like you'd think that if Harry
He'd probably
Potter,
be a better leader. He's so fucking entangled with fucking killing Harry Potter, he probably might have been a good leader.
not just that, but if you think like, one, Harry Potter is necessary for him to live, which he doesn't know because he's an idiot. But if Harry, if you never said you were going after Harry, because I think a lot of the reason that why Harry is going after Voldemort is because Voldemort keeps pressing him.
Right?
Right? So if you never went after him to begin with, you really think Harry Potter was going to start fucking fighting that lazy dickhole? Like, that fool can't even be bothered to practice his own sport. Why would he get up and fight you out of the blue? But it's because you're pushing yourself on him that he decides, yeah, I guess I'll fight him.
Right? So, yeah, that was sort of... And at this point, the scene is, like, getting fun, right? Voldemort and Harry fighting.
Yeah,
He
they're
has
like
his fucking
flying
robe.
around.
He has his robe, his Doctor Strange robe.
Yeah, he becomes Doc Ock, fucking, like...
And
then Harry
he
tries
starts-
to
he
commit
kicks him and
suicide.
shit. He kicks him.
Yeah.
Like, they actually show him, like, kicking him and
He
slapping
gives
him and,
a
like,
good-
choking
He
him.
gives him a good one,
Which
too.
is bad because of those nasty-ass nails, bro. You're going to get an infection.
Probably.
At some point.
He definitely is going to get an infection, bro. But it's probably going to be on his dick after he rapes Harry's dead body.
Yeah, because he's a necrophiliac.
Yeah, he
Maybe
felt
that's
a
what really...
Diggory. He's like, ooh, little Diggory. Yeah,
And
but...
he raped Dumbledore, also.
Yeah, he sort of made out with him. And And then Harry's down to sacrifice himself. He's like, all right, bro, if this is how it's going to be, this is how it's going to be. I'm taking you with me. And he falls out of the tower, and they do the weird, like, smoke teleporting scene where they're getting stretched out. It was sort of cool.
Yeah.
It was. I think that one was better than the one they did in Deathly Hallows 1 with the blonde guy.
Yeah, I like that one a little bit better.
Really?
There was more like fuck you in that one.
Yeah, maybe. But I like this one because it was doing the visual tricks of them like morphing the faces and like doing the like fucking kaleidoscope shit.
Yeah. And at this point, Weasley, with her big ass tits, just fucking smothers Lestrange and kills her.
Claps her as bro.
She freezes her.
The scene where Neville is waking up is so sick.
Yeah.
Because it leads into that, and yeah, he just. What did she freeze her? What was that?
I don't know what spell that was.
Because she started like shrinking too, right?
Yeah.
That was weird. And then Neville. So for some reason they decided to make an important character again.
They always have to. It's Neville. He has to do something in the movie.
I guess. Because he has no point otherwise.
Well, think about it. Not only did the sword pop up to him conveniently, the room of convenience popped up to him in the previous movies. He's done other shit. He knew the tunnel. He was the one that went through the tunnel to get Harry.
That's right.
Neville's always important for something.
Bro, I don't forget. Because, I mean, it's fucking 8 movies. But I forget that Neville does do a lot of shit.
Yeah, he does hella shit.
That's crazy. So he is the real story.
He went to duel with them to get the fucking magic snow globe.
That's right. And he, like, puts in work.
A little bit. As work as Neville can do.
He blows up, like, 100 people on that bridge.
No, I meant when they went to go get the magic snow globe.
Yes.
And yeah, and so Harry and Voldemort are dueling, and Harry kills him within his wand. You were trying to explain this to me, and I gave up.
Okay, so what happens, I think, is Neville, as they're dueling, Neville kills the snake, right? Which is the last Horcrux.
Yeah, with that super swing.
Yeah, exactly. That was like, bro, that was like a fucking, like the best fucking like golf hack ever. And what I think happens is they're dueling with their cum lasers, I guess. Why did the lasers drip? Forget it. Who cares? That's too weird. I think what happens is when he does that, Voldemort loses so much power and the wand is not his that Harry's spell literally goes through the wand. The wand amplifies it and it just murks Voldemort. The Elder Wand that Voldemort's holding.
The anal bead wand.
Yeah, so Harry's spell goes through the Elder Wand that Voldemort's holding and it just kills him.
I guess.
Because they show it's cracking.
I guess.
Yeah. They like showed the little cracks on it.
And so he dies. Yay.
Oh, he fizzles away.
Yeah, he deteriorates.
He falls apart.
Yeah, and then so there's the aftermath and everyone's like, yeah, kind of.
At least
they're all, and of course, what do? They're all getting drunk.
That's right. They all start partying like fucking.
They're like, fuck it.
Why not?
As the janitor tries to sweep up bricks that he's never like gonna fucking get rid of.
Yeah, that's such a fucking fool.
And Harry shows, just like he did with the Dobby bearing, that he never really likes magic. He kind of hates magic.
No, yeah, he's cool.
He's tired of this fucking overgrown seaman that's been trying to kill him for fucking 14 years.
Yeah.
So he's like, dude, fuck this shit. This is the most powerful wand. And Weasley even kind of says, he's like,
what should we do with it?
We?
Just saying, that's the Elder Wand. Most powerful wand in the world. With that, we'd be invincible.
He's like, what are we about to do, man?
Harry, remember, I'm still poor, and you're not giving me any fucking money.
You're not paying me for this sidekick shit.
Like, I got Hermione, I guess. That's cool. I want to see how big her fucking jawline gets when we're 40, though. As we'll see. But Harry's like, he breaks it. And of course, he only breaks it in half, which seems like that's pretty repairable.
I have no clue.
I would hope not.
And he throws it into the gorge.
He's like, oh, I don't even want it.
I bet you it comes back. Like, I bet you there's some dumb shit like in the... I haven't really read the book for the play or even fucking bothered to look into the story, but I guarantee you that shit comes back in the play. Maybe.
And then they go 40 years or 20 years ahead.
19 years ahead.
And
that was significant.
And of course the Weasley sister chooses up on Harry because he's rich.
Rich as fuck. You can tell.
That's what's cool about Harry's life is you could tell that, yeah, his first 17 years kind of sucked, but he still had fame. And now he doesn't have to give a fuck about anything.
And now he has
He
super
just had
fame.
to live through Voldemort, and he's good. Is now not only like you said, he's super famous. He is known for defeating Voldemort and bringing wizard world peace. He's chipped out. He has nothing to care about.
And you can tell because he dresses like a rich millennial.
And like I said, of course, the Weasley sister chooses up on him because she's poor. And of course, she's going to go with chipped out Harry.
Well, I mean...
With his inbred fucking thoughts.
Well, they were trying to start a clan. That's what's really going on. The Weasleys are trying to expand their
Why
clan.
do they make Ron look so like...
Oh,
you know,
God.
Like
he looked like his dad.
Couch fan fucking...
Yeah.
Armchair quarterback looking dude.
He looked as disheveled as his dad did.
And why are the black kids that look like they're dominating Quidditch?
Well, they're all...
It's like the Quidditch game evolved, just like basketball, and now they're all black and athletic.
Well, and there's like, they allow afros at Hogwarts now.
I'm just saying, why did they show the only black kids in there with the Quidditch brooms, assuming that they're the athletes? Like, that's all I'm saying.
Right. Right? And to clarify...
As I said, this is 20 years later. So, just like basketball, maybe the game evolved, it got more athletic.
They got taller.
They started recruiting black kids for magic.
Yeah.
Like,
and
that's what's going down.
And to clarify, when I said they allow afros, I meant the hairstyle, not some weird 30s racist slang.
Maybe Harry Potter's Coach K. He's just out there recruiting for Gryffindor.
And then he's fucking he is. Yeah. That's exactly what he's doing. He comes back and teaches Quidditch, and that's why he dresses like a fucking, like I said, like a grown child.
And he tells his kid, he's like, hey, man, you could join Slytherin or Gryffindor, even though, like, just know, when shit actually goes down, they're not going to trust Slytherin, but you can be it if you want.
Right, and he tells him, too, he's like, I named you after two of the shadiest people I know.
Yeah, then he acknowledges Snape with the name of his kid.
Which he says Albus first. Which is like, bro, Dumbledore...
It's really Snape.
Yeah, Snape told you and Dumbledore told you that you were not supposed to survive this. And Dumbledore set it up. And you're still going to name your kid after him? What the fuck? Harry is so fucking stupid. Well, I bet he's like, well, it's better than my aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
Like, they were actually going to kill me themselves.
They're going to starve me to death. And that's why I gave it the score I did.
Yeah.
I gave it a 7.7. I liked it. I liked the conclusion. I just think that the score was still a little generous.
Yeah, I mean, I showed a little love, but it had scenes that like were really intense, and it built a lot of like tension throughout the whole movie. Especially once they get to the school, it's like nonstop tension.
And at the end of the day, you cared about the main characters. Hermione is the real hero to me, though, and she's a genius.
Yeah, she's fucking true that.
And Harry Potter's a fucking moronic lucky fuck.
Double true on that. And Ron is
Dumbledore's a dickhead scumbag. Snape's a simp.
Well, yeah, and fucking
Kingsley is the rawest wizard.
Slughorn's a coward. That dwarf or whatever the fuck music teacher is like a super creep.
McGonagall Island is pretty cool.
Comes out hard. And Weasley's mom just uses her tits to kill people.
And Voldemort was a whiny seaman.
And we only have one twin now, so thank you.
Yeah. Maybe he won't do any illegal shit anymore and he'll just think about his life. They became less illegal. They became more like refined drug dealers.
Well, yeah, they found a way to make their business legitimate. That's the drug dealer's dream.
They should do a fucking like a spin-off of them like doing The Wire.
It's like Breaking Bad, but with wizards.
So yeah, let's give our full ranking list of each movie with our scores. We'll start with Tim.
Yep. So
we'll include Fantastic Beasts in this, but we're not going to include them in the 8 movies.
Yeah, so I'll let you know where it comes into the order, but we'll still just rank it out of the 8. So for me, Tim, number 8, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and I wish that I could have stayed in the Chamber of Secrets for all these movies and just never came out.
I wish that that animatronic snake would have just ate Harry Potter's fucking dick off and called it a day.
And I gave that movie a 5.
Yeah, it was garbage.
Because that's
a generous fucking 5.
5 is about the age you have to be to appreciate the movie. For number 7, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I'm getting really high. Can't even save this movie.
You're getting so high that you're immortal somehow.
Somehow.
That's what that stone will do.
And I gave that a 6.
And of course, everything has to be a stone in the wizard world, right? Because you can smoke that shit. A rock.
Number 6.
Yeah.
I have Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. And I gave it a 6.2. I didn't like that one. Fucking sucked. I don't get why people like it.
I liked it.
Number 5. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and I gave it a 6.5. That one was so-so. I mean, that movie
It depends on how you shake the snow globe.
Exactly. That movie started off stupid and ended, like, all right. So I don't know how to feel about that one.
I like Umbridge, though.
Umbridge is sick. Umbridge is super swaggy. Fucking number 6.
No, number 5.
Wait, we're on 4 now.
Number
actually.
4. Yeah, you're
number 4. Well, we both fucked up. Harry.
Wait, what did I fuck up on? I didn't fuck up shit.
You said we were on 5. We're on 4 now.
It's your goddamn list.
So number 4, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and I gave it a 7 because 7's the amount of times that Sirius Black was raped in prison.
That's why he's all cranky. He's like, 12 years in the prison, I want it.
That's why he has to smoke crank. It's because he was in prison for so long. Number 3, I have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, and I gave it a 7.2, literally, because Dobby dies. It's the only thing. I mean, you could have shown
Fuck
me.
that little bastard.
You could have shown. If you just did that scene, it'd be a 10. I would, even if it's 5 minutes, I'd be like, that's the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Number 2, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and I really felt like someone put my name into a movie and I was forced, or into a goblet, and I was forced to watch this movie against my will.
Wow. Considering that it was good, that's pretty mean.
Yeah, but you watching it the
It's
second...
good for Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's just still shitty.
Yeah.
And also, number 1 was also not that great, which was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, and I gave it a 7.8. There's a trend here. None of them got above an 8.
Yeah,
or an
figure
8
that
at
out.
all.
Or even deserved a 7.8, really.
Right? And so, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them for me would have come after Deathly Hallows Part 1, but before Goblet of Fire with a score of 7.3.
Okay. Number 8 for me was The Anus of Secrets with a 5.1, and I wish Dumbledore kept that secret in his anus. Yeah, fuck Tom Riddle.
Tom Riddle sucks.
Number 7, The Sorcerer's Gallstone, and that shit was extra gray and extra hard. That's how it made me feel with a 6.0. Number 6 was The Order of the Phoenix with a 6.5. Just sort of glad that Diggory's dead at that point.
Thank God.
I was fucking tired of that guy and how they were like playing up his character when they didn't even fucking know shit about him.
He was in like one movie.
Yeah, they got a 6.5. Number 5 was The Prisoner of Azkaban with a 6.6, which is about how many grams of meth that Sirius weighed up to give to Lupin to him to stop being a werewolf. You know, meth's the trick.
Yeah.
Number 4, The Half-Cunt Prince with a 7.0. I don't actually know why I like this movie that much. Just for some reason, it was the least shittiest.
I hated it
out of those.
I did not like that
for some
movie at
reason.
all.
Like I was feeling that one above a lot of them. Maybe just because Dumbledore dies.
Maybe that was satisfying.
He's a rotting fuck.
Yeah, that was a satisfying scene at least.
Number 3 was The Deathly Hallows Part 1 with a 7.1. The way I felt about that one was if you don't connect it with the other part, it actually does stand alone pretty good on its own. It's just slow as shit.
Yeah, it would be good standalone, which compared to the second one, not so much.
Number 2 is The Cocklet of Fire with a 7.4, probably the most generous score on the fucking list, and I watched it multiple times. I give all that to the Dia de los Muerte fucking scene in the beginning in the fucking FIFA World Cup for fucking Quidditch. And number 1 was The Deathly Hallows Part 2 with a 7.7. And I'll give all 7 of that to Voldemort being extra. And Fantastic Beasts fell tied at number 3 for me with The Deathly Hallows Part 1 with a 7.1. And now thinking about Fantastic Beasts, that might have been a fucking generous score.
I don't know.
Maybe just because I like him going, hey, I thought I was one of yous.
Or what could happen is we go back and watch Fantastic Beasts and realize it's a fucking good movie.
I don't know.
Because I sort of remember it not
any of
being
these are
this
good.
corny as the other ones. But congratulations. We fucking finished. You made it. We made it. I knew it was a fucking uphill battle with Harry Potter, but we tried. And thank you for listening to the Harry Potter Cinematic Universe breakdown and rankings. We really
let us know what you
appreciate
think. If you guys like it, or you think we're funny, or you think we're idiots,
Or just
either
anything.
one.
Just tell us something.
And next is Rogue One.
Rogue One?
Which should be coming out here soon, next couple days or a day or so.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be doing all the Star Wars Cinematic Universe in January. We just watched Rogue One, so I'm excited to talk about it. I'm actually pretty goddamn excited.
Yeah, that movie was sick.
You could follow us on Twitter. We'll put up all of our schedules for Star Wars on there, and on Facebook. We're trying to get the Facebook started up. We don't really know how to do that though, 'cause I never had a Facebook in my fucking life.
Yeah, we're working on that. Twitter though, you can definitely get us at Twitter.
Yeah, and you could subscribe on iTunes, and you won't even fucking really need the release schedule because the goddamn update will pop up. And for us in particular, put the fucking update so that you get our shit, because we're not a weekly show.
It's just sporadic.
So it's going to be a little sporadic.
We'll try to make it more uniform with Star Wars and the future series and episodes.
Yeah.
But
and like I said, listen to this as like an audiobook. Don't think of it as like you have to you have to listen to it that day.
Exactly.
Just take it as a catalog.
And
you could tweet us your rankings, whatever you think of the movies, whatever you thought we thought of the movies. And
we're
also on Stitcher and SoundCloud.
But Harry Potter, man, Jesus, Harry Potter fucking sucked.
Yeah, and that's my